Do you know the difference between a customer and a raving fan? Well, today you're going to find out because today we're going to talk about how to create a lifelong raving fan inside your community so they stay and they pay for life. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Welcome to the Tribe Membership Show.
Hey, I'm Funk Roberts. Welcome back to the Tribe Membership Show, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be here. Today is the third part of a three-part series where we break down the 27 tribe secrets that are inside of our Amazon best-selling 27 Tribe Secrets book. Myself and the twins, we created this book based on the tribe method and the psychological strategies that ensure that you attract, that you retain, and that you engage with your customers. And today we are going into episode number 3 or part number 3. Part 1, we talked about tribe attraction and how to make sure you get the right people in. And part 2, we covered the tribe experience, right? How to keep them engaged and pretty much addicted to your brand and your membership. And today we're going to go even deeper with tribe bonding. That's the third part. And again, if you haven't seen episode number 1 or episode number 2, please stay here, listen to this. You can always go back and listen to those, but you're here already. So let's dive in. And yeah, tribe bonding is all about the key to turning your customers into raving fans for life. It's if you want higher retention, if you want higher loyalty, if you want organic growth, not just inside your membership, but the ability to add different streams of revenue, then this is going to be the episode for you. Now, again, I mentioned that this is a 3-part series. So the third part of our 27 Tribe Secrets book is called tribe bonding. This is that deeper connection. And there is a massive difference. Well, not a massive, but there's a big difference between a customer and a raving fan, right? Because a customer, the customer buys your product, right? Or they join your membership. Right. But a raving fan, they'll tell the world about it. They'll get tattoos. They'll defend your brand. They'll stick with you for life, no matter what. And, inside my over 40 Alpha Brotherhood, man, I'm talking about incredible raving fans or raving memberships or lifetime members. Lifetime members. Oftentimes you'll find my members say, "Hey man, I'm a lifetime member." It's just like, oh, like it's such an incredible thing for them to say. But here's how deep having that raving fan is. So a few years back, we were attacked with our website was attacked, right? And it was down. The workouts were down. The whole website was completely down. App was down. Like nothing was working. And one of the things that occurred to me, well, first and foremost, when that happened, like stress and anxiety, like my membership, I think at that point I had like 3 or 4 thousand members, right? And a lot of them were using the website, and the website went down, and all of my websites went down, and it was attacked, it was hacked, and the anxiety that came was unbelievable. Like I have never felt so helpless in my entire life than when I did then, like helpless. And sending out those emails to, hey, everything is down. People are they're on their own journey. They're on this momentum. People have purchased programs. They paid for programs, and now they can't get access to programs. They can't get access to the membership. They can't get access to the things that are changing their lives. And that, like, it blew. I was so deep in depression and anxiety and stress during this time until I sent out that first email to let people know my website's been hacked. It's down. It's going to be only temporary. No problem, Funk. Everything's good. No problem. But here's the thing. My site was down and my business was down for 2 weeks. Imagine 2 weeks. You have 5,000 members and customers and, tens of thousands of people who've purchased your older programs, tens of thousands. And no one can get access to their program. And one of the things that came out of that, the aha moment, I had some clarity, I had an aha moment, a spiritual awakening, was that when you have a tribe of people, when you have raving fans, they will ride or die with you. Every time I sent out an email, no problem. Every coaching call that I was on, because I still did coaching calls, I was still in the Facebook group. Everyone's like, no problem. We understand. I know your team's working on, like, it was 100% positive. No one canceled. No one stopped. Everyone understood. Everyone was my ride or die. They stuck with me. They defended. It was unbelievable. That's a raving fan. That's someone who defends your brand or sticks with you when horrible things happen, when everyone would just go to social media and trash you. They're like, no worries, man. It'll come back. And when it came back, it was a celebration. Here's another example of raving fans. When I used to post my workouts on YouTube. I'm talking like 10 years ago. One of the things, I don't know if it still happens because I haven't posted a workout in a long time on YouTube, but I'm getting back to that. So for those of you who love the funk workouts, Funkster's coming back. I was one of those people who never, ever, ever, ever responded to negative comments, ever. And the reason why I never respond to negative comments was because why would I give that one person or two people who are responding or commenting negatively and have to try to defend myself or what have you, when there's 100 other people who are posting positive things and are not getting the same type of energy, the same type of response, not the same type, but a response. Like, I used to, way back before I stopped doing it, right? There was one person who stopped me from doing it because it was just like, why am I even giving this guy? Someone said that to me, actually. So basically, someone used to post every single workout I would do. There was one person who would have something negative to say. And so it was like a back and forth. And I would write this whole big comment and then just like everyone else's comments. And someone said, dude, why are you giving this guy so much of your time when we are the ones that love and follow your workouts? And that was 10 years ago. And ever since that day, I never, ever, ever respond to negative people, ever. And if someone has something negative kind of to say, but they say it in that tone, I always respond positively. But the other thing that happens and happened, my raving fans, all they do is they jump up and they just destroy that person. And that person never comes back. Those are raving fans, right? There's 3 levels of customer commitment because the customer is not necessarily a raving fan, right? The transactional based customer, just transaction, they buy once and leave fast. That's what most companies have that don't implement a tribe business or don't implement a retention-based business, don't implement the experience, don't focus on transformation. They're not focusing on their customer. They're transaction-based. And they buy and they leave once. Then there's the engaged members, right? They'll stay for a while, but they're not really fully invested. They're engaged and they'll stay for a while, but they're not really invested. And when I say stay for a while and not invested, I'm not saying like, because I have members who are still members, but maybe they haven't been in like doing the programs specifically for like months. And all of a sudden they'll pop up, hey, I'm back. Sorry, this happened in my life. I just wanted to chime in, because I always tell people, doesn't matter how long you've been away, come back, because we'll always come back with open arms. But that's an engagement, but that's not an engaged member. An engaged member is someone who'll stay for a while and then leave. But a tribe bonded, raving fan, they feel like they're part of something that's bigger than themselves. And most of my members are raving fans. So our goal is to move people from a transaction-based customer to a tribe bonded raving fan, right? A super fan. And this is where the last 10 tribe secrets come in, right? That's part of the tribe bonding, creating a deeper sense of group identity. So they pay and stay for life, because that's the case. Like after, oftentimes I will even ask this question to myself. Actually, we had to ask this question: what happens after they get results? Because what happens after they get results? Like if you have a course or something in your membership where it's like 3 months or 4 months or 6 months or a year, but the transformation has happened. They've got the transformation. They've reached the desire. They've overcome the problem or the pain. Now what? Where do they go from there? Right? Where do they go from there? I have people in my membership who have been with me in the membership. My over 40 alpha membership only lasts for 3 years. Like 36 phases, obviously, if someone misses a month, whatever. But that's really the content base, the transformation journey. But after that, then what? Why do people stay? Why do people continue to pay? Why do they pay and stay in my ecosystem? Because the deeper sense of group identity, being part of something bigger than themselves. That's why they pay and stay. That is the bond that you want to create. Why do you think companies like Apple, like raving fans don't leave? They're too emotionally invested in the brand, in you, in their experience, in their journey, that they're not going to leave. They may even start working for you. But what they're going to do is they're going to buy more. Because look at this, Apple users, they don't just buy the iPhone. Like they got MacBooks, they got iPads, I've got a MacBook here. I got a MacBook. I got a Mac like like a computer. I got the MacBook. I got we got iPads. We got iPads all over the place in this house. We've got iPods all over the place in this house. Apple, 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 Apple. Right? And they also spread the word. Like they're the best marketers, the best ambassadors, right? And that's literally what differentiates companies who have raving fans than companies who just have customers. Like brands like Harley Davidson, brands like Apple, like we mentioned, CrossFit. They don't just sell the product, they sell the identity, they sell the community, they sell a movement. Right? Identity and belonging. That's a psychological trigger. These are like psychological triggers are things like identity and bonding. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves. That's why people stay inside the brotherhood. Even though if they go to another one of my programs, they'll still come back and be in the Facebook group. They'll say, yeah, I just did the resistance band program here, but I'm still here on a daily basis. Right? A psychological trigger for bonding is a tribal language and symbols. Right? Every strong tribe has its own language, has its own symbol. Like if you think about like Apple fans call themselves a Mac person. CrossFitters, right? CrossFitters, that's who they are. CrossFitters use things like WOD. Do you know what a WOD is? I guarantee you don't know what a WOD is. Unless you go to CrossFit, you have no clue what a WOD is. A WOD is workout of the day, and that's a CrossFit term. Do you know what it's called, the place that CrossFitters train? You know what that's called? It's not called a gym. It's called a box. That's their language. I'm going to the box. Yes, it's a gym, but they call it a box. The WOD, it's just a workout, but it's a workout of the day. It's a WOD. AMRAPs, as many rounds as possible. Like those are tribe-specific, CrossFit tribe-specific words, languages, and sometimes symbols. Like in our brotherhood, I know you can't see me, but we have a sign like this. It's like a peace sign flipped over on your heart. That's our sign. No one else knows that sign or has that sign. I have another client. He's got the V stars. They're V stars, so they put their V's up, and that's called a V star. They're a V star. We got other ones. We have another client who may indoctrinate the paw. But those are signs. Those are gang signs. Those are symbols. That's only based on your community. So, for instance, the other last summer, this is the story I tell. This is how powerful this is. Last summer, I'm holding court outside of my house because I'm the watch guard of our neighborhood here. We have an incredible neighborhood where I live, like absolutely incredible. Everyone gets, all the owners in this neighborhood. We get along with each other. We look out for each other. I'm kind of like the muscle and the, kind of like making sure everyone's safe. We got kids running around. It's absolutely incredible. And one day I was out talking to a few of my neighbors, holding court on my steps, and this car comes flying by, and all of a sudden you hear funk, and then they put their hand out of the top of their car and put our sign up, the peace sign, like two fingers up. And they're like, who the hell was that? I'm like, I have no clue who that is. But then I said, but I know 100% that that person's probably in my brotherhood because they put up the brotherhood sign. And they're like, how do you know? How do you know? That very next coaching call on the Friday, hey, that just James says, hey, that was me that drove by. I wanted you to see the sign, so because I couldn't put it on my heart because I was driving the car. I'm like, I knew it. That's how powerful signs and symbols are. I know that that's going to be a guy inside the brotherhood. That's one of my brothers, right? The shared struggles, the missions, the exclusivity, all of those things, like, being part of a community and a collective identity. So how do we create this bonding? What are some of the things that we can do to strengthen the bond between getting and transitioning a customer or a member? Customer, I say customer because a lot of times when people have memberships or other programs, they have like standalone programs and they have their membership. And so sometimes they try to get their members into a standalone program, into their membership, right? So that's a transaction-based customer versus a member versus a fan. So we want to get from transaction-based customer to a fan. So how do we do that? What are some of the things that we do? Well, we have to create a hub where everyone can come together collectively, right? So that's what we call a tribe hub. For me, it's my Facebook group. I love using Facebook as my tribe hub. Why do I love using Facebook as my tribe hub? Well, first and foremost, most people, depending on your niche, and here's the other thing that you need to do as a business owner, entrepreneur, membership site owners, you got to step away from your beliefs and not your beliefs. Sorry, you got to step away from your biases. You can have beliefs and values, but your biases. Like, oh, I hate Facebook. There's no way I'm going to do this on Facebook. Meanwhile, all of your potential members are on Facebook. They love Facebook, but you try to push them into something that you want, not what they want or what would be easy for them, what would make the experience easy for them. So sometimes people will create like different, like they'll go to Circle or School or, they'll create forums. And sometimes those are good. Like you do need them. But if you want to have a tribe hub where there's a collective identity where people can see each other, nothing touches Facebook groups. And that's called a tribe hub because in the Facebook group, people are posting their pics. They're posting daily because we have rituals, which is the other thing we're going to talk about, right? They have things that they're able to post and people can see each other. There's a connection. There's not a connection when you're just seeing someone's name, but there's 100% a connection when you see someone's pic, when you're seeing someone over and over again. Like you feel like you're specifically when they're posting on a daily basis, you feel like you're part of their life. You get to know them more. Maybe they shoot a video and now you know how they sound. That doesn't happen in forums, and it definitely doesn't happen in a lot of other platforms. Facebook is the best, and most people know Facebook. I'm not saying you have to do Facebook. Use Facebook as your tribe hub, but you got to think about what's the whole point of a tribe business. The whole point of tribe business is a collective identity, bringing people together. So you want that visual. I remember with one of my clients, he had a Facebook group he had two Facebook groups. One was about 50,000, but it was open and only had like 6 posts a day. The other one was his member Facebook group, like the Facebook group that only his members have access to, and that got about 7 posts a day. A few of them would be from him or his moderator. And then we introduced a few things. We introduced rituals. So we introduced a ritual, a daily ritual. Hey, after your workout every day, you're going to post your sweaty selfie. And you're going to hashtag sweaty selfie. That's a ritual because that gives you accountability and it's what Vibe Stars do. Remember, they're called Vibe Stars. It's a ritual. And in that ritual, you're going to flash this Vibe Star sign. That's a gang sign. That's another thing because only Vibe Stars, which is the collective identity, know what this V means. That's the Vibe Star V. And so the day after he announced that this is going to be something that we want everyone to do, he skyrocketed from 7 posts a day inside his Facebook group to 800 posts a day. Let me repeat that. From 7 posts a day, 4 years, to 800 posts a day. He's now at about 500 posts a day. But still, imagine having 500 to 700 posts every day without you having to go in and post something to ignite that, but it's just a ritual. And all of those posts, most of those posts, many of those posts have pictures of your fellow Vibe Stars or fellow members. So people can now have a connection. The connection is visual. You have a more of a connection when you can know what someone looks like than just a name. And that bonding becomes deeper because the identity, the group identity, belonging to something, seeing people. Remember with rituals is one of the secrets, and rituals are things that you create, behaviors that you create that get people closer to their goal or closer to the result that they're looking for. Like, so for us, we have sweaty selfies. So we also have sweaty selfies. We have post your nutrition and break it down. So that's a ritual. Alpha meals, they're called. So people will post the nutrition, their plate, right? Their food, and then they'll break it down. Here's the carb, here's the healthy fat, here's the veggie, here's the protein, and then people will comment, because that's the other thing that happens. People comment, people like, people share, people give you that serotonin that you get from seeing likes on your posts or likes on everyone's posts. You just get that boost of energy. But those rituals, we have accountability Sunday. So every Sunday, accountability Sunday, we have birthday burpees. So you do the amount of burpees on your birthday. We have Hangout Friday. So our ritual is people show up for the Friday hangout and coaching call inside the Brotherhood. We have Ask Funk. That's a ritual. If you have a question, you put hashtag Ask Funk, and then I have a podcast episode called hashtag Ask Funk where I answer all those questions in a video, and then we repost it into the Facebook group and we tag everybody and we timestamp it so everyone's questions get answered. Those are rituals. Those are things that we do. And there's rules to the game, right? There's rules that you create. That's another secret. There's rules. These are things that we do. These are things that we don't do. You generally find that in your manifesto, but it's also good to have the rules, right? We don't post negative things. We don't talk. So inside the Tribe Hub and some of the rules that we have inside the Tribe Hub, we don't talk politics. We don't talk religion. We don't talk pop culture. We focus on similarities, right? Because because my membership, over 40 alphas, are from all over the world. All races, all colors, all backgrounds, all religions. They're everybody, everywhere. But these guys have such a close bond with each other because we don't post that type of information. We only work on our similarities because we're all on the same journey. Sure, we're at different points, but we're all on the same journey. We're all striving to be better men. So we're all helping each other be better men. Iron sharpens iron, right? So that's kind of one of the things that are in here. Because we respect each other and don't judge, because we understand everyone has baggage. Why? Because that's one of the things I talk about. And so because of that, that's all that get posts there. Rituals, when people are having difficulties, they will definitely post because they want that support, and they get that support. These guys are telling each other they love each other. These are men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond from all over the world. Those are the rules of the game. If you want to be part of this over 40 alpha membership, these are the things you got to abide by, but these are the things that are going to make you a better person. It's not like rules. These are things that are going to help us stay similar and not different. These are the rituals that we do. And one of the most important things that you have to do as a membership owner is you have to mirror. And what is mirroring? Mirroring is another secret, but this is where you have to do what you want them to do. If you're telling them to post their sweaty selfies and you're not posting sweaty selfies, or whatever it is, I'm just giving you an example. But if you're telling them to post sweaty selfies and you're not posting sweaty selfies, if you're telling them to post your nutrition and you're not posting your nutrition, if you're telling them to post their accountability and you're not posting your accountability, if you're telling them to post their their birthday burpees, and you're not doing birthday burpees, how do you expect them to do it if you're not doing it? You have to live your program. Live it. Mirror. I talked about some other things like gang signs being one of the one of the secrets. Verbiage, like we have our own verbiage. Like we have hashtag GID. That means get it done. It's so funny because I remember when I started to see that in the Brotherhood. I'm like, I asked the twins, I'm like, what does hashtag GID stand for? I'm like, oh, it stands for get it done. I'm like, oh, and that just became a thing. The other thing is smell the roses. That's a verb, that's a term that only people inside the over 40 Alpha Brotherhood know about and what it relates to. Because so you'll get someone who will say, yeah, man, I just finished that workout today and I had to smell the rose. I had to smell the roses. Yeah, I almost died today and I had to smell the roses to get through that next exercise. Smell the roses is something that I say inside the workouts when I want them to recover from. You do an exercise for like 40 seconds of work, right? Interval, one of the intervals. So you do an exercise for 40 seconds of work and then you rest for 20 seconds. You do another exercise for 40, you rest for 20, 40, 20. That could be a workout, right? That's metabolic training. But during that 20 seconds, that's not a lot of time if you have to move on to another exercise and depending on what exercise that you did. So let's say you did mountain climbers for 40 seconds, and then the very next thing you got to do is lunges, dumbbell lunges. Well, that 20 seconds, sometimes you're dying. And so what I always say is, smell the rose, guys. And I put my just pretending that I have a rose. And that became a thing. That's a term that no one else uses in the way we use it. And I actually created a shirt, and the shirt sold out. Smell the rose, right? The verbiage. The gang sign, the uniformity. So I talked about this in the last episode. Said I was bringing it up. So I talked about this in regards to the milestone t-shirts. So the reason why I do milestone t-shirts and the reason why I do it in that way, again, there's always a reason and a system behind every single thing that we do. There's a strategy that works. It's not just, let me give it away. That t-shirt has to have meaning. So to the point where when you come into the Brotherhood and you start seeing people wearing the same shirts, look at that. Wow, that's the fifth person I've seen that had a no excuses, no fear, get it done shirt. Oh, that's the fourth person I've seen this week with the stronger today, better than yesterday shirt. How do I get those shirts? I've had that question. Oh, you have to earn those shirts. But what that also shows is uniformity. You start to look the same. People are wearing the same shirts, the same brand. That's what uniformity is. If you play on a team, right? If you ever play on a sports team, you're on a uniform. If you've ever been part of a school where you had to wear a uniform, if you've gone to a school where you have to wear a uniform, like a high school, and other schools around you don't wear that uniform, even though you may hate people in you may despise people in your school, when it comes down to getting down with other schools, if you are down for anyone who wears that uniform, because there's that identity, that collective, we all go to the same school. Yes, I may not like that person, but man, this person's part of my tribe. They're part of my school. We wear the same uniform every day. We know the struggle of putting on the stupid uniform every day that makes us look alike, that makes us feel more connected. And when it comes to going up against other people outside, they don't know what we go through. They don't know what it's all about to wear this uniform. The uniformity makes a difference. And other ways that you can create that bond, a simple bond, a stronger bond is signaling. Like for instance, people want to signal. People want to show off. That's why we have spotlights. That's why we have milestones. That's why we have the t-shirt so people can show, hey, I just got my Phase 6 t-shirt. Right? That's a signal. I did the work. I'm now an over 40 Alpha OG. That allows people to signal, right? In a healthy way. People love to feel significant. And so they signal for themselves, but we also make them feel significant. That's another secret. How? Well, there's the spotlights. We spotlight our members. That gives them a significance. And also with the hierarchy in the other one, we have captains. Right? So we have captains, people who've been there that people respect. They'll make them a captain. Right? So all of these things happen as you create, doesn't all happen at once, right? So the 27 tribe secrets isn't something that's implemented at one time. It's as you're building out, or as you're relaunching, or as you're rebuilding, or as you're scaling, you're going to implement these things one at a time. And some things like gang signs and verbiage and mirroring and rituals will take time over time. That's why I like the founding members if you're brand new, because those 3 months where you've opened up your membership to people, they join, they're founding members, you close your membership, and those 3 months are going to be perfect time to start implementing a lot of these rituals and verbiage and gang signs and things, like, if there's a milestone, they'll reach that first milestone after 90 days, right? And so by the time you open up your membership to the new people, they're going to see people posting with their rituals. They're going to see these signs, and they're going to see all of the momentum that you've built during a founding member's launch. People don't like doing it because, oh, I got to close it for 90 days. Yes, this is a long-term business. A tribe membership for lifelong members and retention and engagement is a long game, not a short game. This ain't in and out. This is long time, lifelong customers that you're building. The other thing that happens that you can do inside your membership to create a sense of a deeper bonding is having what's called novelty. And what is novelty? Well, one of the things that I do, and novelty is a great thing that anyone who has a library, like a membership site with just like a library of stuff. They don't have like a transformation journey specifically. Like you can't start somewhere and go here and go here and go here, but you have just a library of like workshops or courses or like downloads or whatever. Just a library of things that people can use for whatever the niche that you're in. This novelty is the perfect thing for you to literally blow up the engagement. So the way we do novelty inside my membership is we have challenges, okay? Like a 30-day, or it's actually usually a 28-day challenge. You don't want anything less than a 28-day challenge, and nothing more than a 28-day challenge. So you want a 28-day challenge. So this is what we do. So as you recall, in my membership, people join phase 1, but there's people in phase 1, there's people in phase 7, there's people in phase 10, there's people in phase 29. Like everyone's all over the place. But twice a year, we have a live challenge where everybody participates in this challenge. Everyone comes together and participates in challenge. And what that does is it brings a sense of novelty, a sense of something new. Like, oh, we're having this once in a lifetime challenge, because all the challenges are different. So we'll have we're going to have the alpha bodyweight shred challenge, where these workouts are specifically, they're a little bit tougher. Everyone's part of it. So whether in your phase 1 or you're in phase 36, you can be part of the challenge. So now it brings everyone together doing the same thing at the same time with everyone at the same time. Because remember, right now everyone's all over the place. They're on a similar journey, but they're all over the place. They're at different points. But when you can do something together, oh my God. Are you kidding me right now? The engagement, the community, the connection is insane. And it's got to be start and stop live. So if you have a library, this is a perfect opportunity for you to improve your engagement inside your Tribe Hub by doing, okay, guys, this month we're going to have a 28-day blah, blah, blah challenge, sewing circle challenge. What's a sewing circle challenge? We're going to sew something, but we're going to use some of the courses, or we're going to use some of the things some of the resources inside the library during this challenge. But everyone's going to do the challenge. So now it brings everyone together at once. Everyone gets excited about the challenge. And what you're also doing, and this is something that I picked up from when I'm part of the Membership Academy, big up to the Membership Academy, join the Membership Academy. It's not my Membership Academy, it's the Membership Academy, join it. But we have these like huddles. And one of the things that I suggested that someone did was they had this, they have all of these incredible resources, but they have a lot of resources, right? So what she did was she created this challenge, right? This 5-week challenge, but in the challenge, she took from all of the resources, not all, but some of the resources, right? So now people are able to find those resources, use those resources as part of this challenge, and now there's more familiarity with the resource. You could do that with a whole bunch of things. Like, for instance, we're doing a sleep challenge. And so in the sleep challenge, we have the 28-day sleep challenge for sure, the weekly video, weekly videos and the daily emails and the things, but there's also going to be a mini library there. And so with all of with all of this stuff, all the library meaning a bunch of videos, like workshop videos, with different topics, napping, all these different topics that have to do with sleep. But what we're doing, because it's just a library, sometimes people don't really know exactly what to do and where to go. Because we have daily emails during the challenge, always do daily emails in your challenge that point people to where to go and what to do. In those daily emails at specific points, we are going to link to whatever the specific resource in the library we want them to learn about. So now, not only are they going to go through this 4-week sleep challenge and get better sleep and be able to track their sleep better, but they're also going to get that information as well. And if they don't get it at the time, or they don't watch it or engage with it, then it's always going to be there. But that's the novelty, and that's sleep challenges for it's for my entire listener, anyone else, but for my brotherhood, that's going to be something novel. So in the end, we need to bond more. We need to increase retention and loyalty by deepening your relationship and deepening the relationship with your group identity, right? With your members, because they are going to stay, they're going to pay, and then you're going to be able to use other means of or build other means of revenue. So for instance, because I have members who got results, who love the experience, who are connected, part of the brotherhood, I have my supplements. So now I have supplements, my own supplements. I only sell to my members a 7-figure business. Supplements. I have gear. I have a foam roller. I have resistance bands. So I got funk bands, funk foam roller. I've got weight vests, right? Because I don't want to be an affiliate. I don't want to give other people money when I have, specifically, if I have my own hard-earned, lifelong raving fans, yes, maybe there's a couple things that I may, go to this one. But if I can create my own supplements, because it makes sense, if I can create my own gear, because it makes sense, then I have other streams of revenue that I can create just from my raving fans. They pay and stay, and they buy everything from you. They trust you. You've been with them, and they've been with you. But you got to put in the work. And the work is not working 20 hours a day. It's systems. It's rituals. It's collective identity. It's mirroring. It's being part of the membership, not just leading the membership. It's creating that experience. And it's attracting the right audience, attracting the right members. And at the end, those raving fans are going to become ambassadors. This is how I ended off. Ambassadors. You're going to create ambassadors. It's going to be something that people they'll have to fill out a form and apply to be an ambassador, right? Because you're going to make this something. I'm an ambassador. That's another signal. That's another hierarchy, right? A signal. Hey, I'm an ambassador. I promote this program to my friends and family. I have a shirt that says I'm a alpha ambassador, over 40 alpha ambassador. And they can signify that. That's hierarchy, right? We've got our captains, we got our moderators, we got our ambassadors, some people are all 3, all 4. And once they become an ambassador, they get their own, page. They have a video that says, hey, this is the reason why I think you should join. And they send it out to everybody. And now they're billboards for you. And it's not just, here's a link, send it to your friends. No, they go through an experience to become that billboard, to become that ambassador. Like, that should be an experience in itself. Everything should be an experience. Everything should be like this incredible thing that I'm going through to get, like I had to become an ambassador. I had to apply. And it was such an incredible experience. And I feel like, send them a t-shirt. Lifelong raving fans. That's what the tribe method is all about. It's literally about creating lifelong fans. I have a ton of lifelong Raving fans, super fans. And I want to help you get those super fans. But first, you got to grab the 27 Tribe Secrets so you can learn exactly what these are. These are the psychological strategies that will help you with what we talked about over the last 3 episodes. And then from there, there's a course that kind of gives you the video breakdown of psychological strategy and the strategy that I actually used. And then if you want to work with me, you can. I'll leave a link in the show notes or a link in this video, but I will guide you to success 100%. I will be that guy, the person you can lean on, the person you can ask questions. A lot of times people don't realize, I'll end you with this. The last call I had with one of my clients, he said, "You are literally fast tracking my company in 3 months. Like what it's taking us to do in 3 months would have taken me years, like adding supplements, adding gear, like all of the things that we're doing with him." And it's just the guidance and being able to say, no, don't do that. I've made that mistake before. I've made all the mistakes, man. I've done it. I've made all the mistakes. I've implemented this many times. And I'm not trying to like sell my products, but it was so nice to hear him say that. It's like, oh yeah, this is like, here's your customer. I got a customer service rep. Or here, I got someone who's going to run your Shopify. Oh, you need to get a customer service, a platform, because now you're going to have emails from all over the place. So here, let me hook you up with that. Oh, you need resistance bands? Great. Okay. I got a guy. It's cool. She's going to help you out. Oh yeah. Oh, you need someone to build that for you? I got that. Like, oh, you want supplements? Great. I've got the supplement hub. I know, you can use the same team I use. I've got the manufacturing, logistics hub that they can fulfill. I got everything. Right. And it's not just fitness that just happens to be fitness, but in doing this for so many years, I have a lot of connections. But anyways, I want you to just go to tribesecretsbook.com, download the book. Hopefully the audiobook is there by now. But it's coming, and even if you don't get the audiobook, I'll send it to you after it comes out. Or go to Amazon and buy the 27 Tribe Secrets. This book is great. I know you can't see it if you're listening, but it's got color. It's got all the 27 secrets. It's broken down into the psychological part and then also the case study, like how I implemented each secret. It gives you so many, like no one has ever purchased that book or downloaded that book and hated the book. They love it. They get something out of it. So with that, I want to thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Please, please, please subscribe, leave a review, share this. And if you want to build a high retention membership, again, check out my Tribe Method coaching. You can click the link anywhere, but I actually want you to go and get the Tribe Secrets book. It's $4, $4.95 go to tribesecretsbook.com. It's $4.95 to download. Get the book. Start to build to learn about the foundation of what a tribe business is all about, and I'll see you on the other side. Get it done.
Thanks for tuning in to the Tribe Membership Show. If you're ready to take your membership to the next level, be sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Want to dive deeper? Visit www.tribesecretsbook.com.